I miss the days of Black Ops 3 when the zombies community was thriving, the game was great, and everyone was having a great time with it. We didn't have any issues with how the game played. Sure, some people didn't like Zetsubo no Shima, but now looking back on it, everyone's like, oh, Zetsubo wasn't actually that bad. We were just being babies at the time. But I miss those days when Zombies was thriving, and it was an incredible experience. But slowly throughout the years since then, Zombies has started to disintegrate into what it is today. And a majority of the community has died, and a huge fan base of Zombies has died, which sucks because I still think Zombies is a great game, and there's still tons of people that play Zombies every day and enjoy the experience. But for the majority of players that used to be, they are no more, and I wanted to discuss that and kind of break down the reasons of why Call of Duty Zombies died and how some changes that have happened at Activision have affected what the game has become to this day and what we can look forward towards in the future on if Zombies will ever be what it once was. And for those saying that Call of Duty Zombies isn't dead, think about it this way. A lot of the community is now gone and the games aren't as good as they once were. For new Zombies players, you might think Zombies is one of the greatest experiences ever, and that's a good thing because those new players are what's going to build up the community again in the future. But for right now, there isn't much of a huge CoD Zombies community left. And there's huge factors in play on why that's a thing. The community of YouTubers itself has disbanded and they have gone all separate ways, splitting off and branching out from Zombies. Great examples of this is Noah J456. Noah J used to be Zombies only, and now he is a part of 100 Thieves, has multiple channels with 1 million subscribers plus on each of them, and is doing what he loves to do rather than just Zombies. Look at Mr. T-Lexify. Yes, he still does Zombies content, but he is also branching out and does a lot of variety streams, and he does a lot of stream highlights on some of his second channels. And look at JC Backfire. He barely even plays Zombies anymore. All he does is variety games. The only people that really have stayed in the community, and you can't even say they've really stayed in the community, is like Mr. Rothwaffles and Mr. Dalek JD. Sure, they post here and there, but they don't get the traction on videos that they once did because the community is not really there anymore. And you can say, oh, what does this have to do with why Call of Duty Zombies is dead? Think about the Black Ops 3 days. They were the main figures of the community that influenced us as viewers. So when we were influenced by them and followed them through their journeys through the Z House and the Boogie Boys and all of those cool adventures that they went on, once they disbanded and went their separate ways and started different things, Jack Lonely Mailbox went to music and MC Sports Hawk went into video production, a lot of those guys just stopped covering Zombies content, and as viewers, we didn't have that community influence of, hey, we're still doing Zombies. We didn't have that anymore. And a lot of people branched out themselves as consumers of the game and viewers of the community. And over time, people stopped playing Zombies and the overall community diminished into a lot smaller size than what it was previously. Yes, there are still some people that play Call of Duty Zombies every day. And there are some people who refuse to upload anything but Zombies. And I'm happy for those people that genuinely enjoy Zombies the way that it once was for the majority of us. For that small community that's left over, I am genuinely happy that they enjoy the game like I used to. I really wish I could enjoy Zombies as much as the Black Ops 3 days, but the game itself has changed in a way where I am personally not a fan. Franchise fatigue is something that Call of Duty has always had. We get a new game every year, and it's pretty much the same stuff, different day. Every time that a new Call of Duty is released, you have your multiplayer, your campaign. Most people will play the multiplayer. There's a mastery camo these days, and you try to get to the highest prestige or highest level possible. Well, that also happened to Zombies as well. Black Ops 3 was so successful and the community grew to such a large size that people were screaming for Zombies to be put into every Call of Duty game. So what happened? We saw a different Zombies experience in Infinite Warfare, World War II, Black Ops 4, and now Cold War. And ever since Black Ops 3, there has only been one Call of Duty without a Zombies experience, and that is Modern Warfare 2019. So what does that mean for franchise fatigue in the Zombies realm? Well, it gets very boring when there's a new zombies map every couple of months and it's, oh, these YouTubers are going to make guides, you'll see high round runs, and then it'll just be new map after that, and it's the same thing over and over again, which burns out a lot of people that play Call of Duty Zombies the same way that they played it during Black Ops 3. Think about it this way. In Black Ops 3, we had Gorod Krovi, Revelations, and from Infinite Warfare, Zombies in Spaceland, all come out as new maps within 3 months' time. So in 3 months, we saw 3 new maps, which means that there's a lot of content, but those people that grind do the same thing on every map. There's no breathing room in between. You do the Easter egg and high rounds on Gorod, and then boom, here's the Revelations Easter egg and high rounds. You do the Revelation stuff, get that out of the way. Oh, Infinite Warfare came out. Let's do the Infinite Warfare high rounds and Easter egg. And then it keeps going and going and on that cycle, and it just gets boring and super repetitive. So what happens is Zombies becomes a less exciting experience. And not to mention, some games weren't well received during this franchise fatigue of Zombies as well. Look at Infinite Warfare and World War II. It's an unpopular opinion to like those games, so not only was franchise fatigue setting in with Zombies, but lots of people weren't enjoying the core experiences that those games had to offer. And then, so what did Black Ops 4 do? Black Ops 4 noticed that the formula was getting super stale of Zombies, so they tried to switch it up. And the way that they tried to switch it up didn't work, unfortunately, making Black Ops 4, once again, the third not well received Zombies in a row, being Infinite Warfare, World War II, and Black Ops 4. And then we get the year of break. We get Modern Warfare 2019, no Zombies whatsoever. If you want to play Zombies during this off year, you go play casually on an old map, but you don't play that often because Modern Warfare 2019 is a pretty popular game, is fun, and has Warzone. So what happens when Cold War gets announced that there's Zombies even after the Black Ops 4 ended the Ether story? We hear we're getting a soft reboot of the game. We have the same characters, but it's a different universe, and we don't know what the connection is from the original Zombies Chronicles and Ether storyline is going to connect with the Dark Ether storyline, and we get all excited because we're like, oh, are we going to see the original characters again? And we get really excited for what the Cold War experience is going to be, and at the core, it's a great experience. We have lots of the OG mechanics back, we have improved upgrading and improved progression throughout the game. However, it's lacking in story and character. I made a video on why Cold War Zombies is mediocre, which I will link down below in the description if you guys want to go into a more in-depth explanation on that. But we're left with a lackluster experience for Cold War. And not to mention, even though we had the year break and the franchise fatigue is pretty much gone for the most part, because all of us are excited to finally play a new Zombies experience for the first time in a while, because the last Ether maps we saw were remakes of previous maps, which were Nuketown and Call of the Dead. But what do we get right out the gate with Cold War? Once again, pretty much another map remake. We have Nocturne and Toten once again with a little bit of a change up with an underground base. And not only that, but there's not a lot to do. Sure, there's a mastery camo grind this time around, which only realistically takes 2 weeks to do. And then you can do your high rounds with the ray gun and DIE, and then you can do the Easter egg a couple of times, and that will take you about 3 months time until you're done that, but then you're pretty much done the Zombies experience all the way up until the next map comes out. And then Firebase Z doesn't come out for a few months, and then Firebase Z's experience is pretty simplistic at its core too. There's not a whole lot to do to the Easter egg. It's pretty straightforward, nothing too strenuous, and of course they did say that they were going to make Easter eggs easy this year, but once you do the Easter eggs in Cold War, there's not really anything motivating you to do the Easter eggs more than one time. And then you do your high rounds on Firebase Z, maybe get some of the new DLC weapons, the Dark Ether camo, and then you're done the Firebase Z experience within the first week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. And then we're left at where we are right now. We have yet to see DLC 2 or even hear a single official information about it. And if you think about previous games, Zetsubo no Shima, which was DLC 2 in Black Ops 3, was released April 19th. By now, we might have started to get some official information about Gorod Krovi coming out in a month and a half, maybe even less than a month from now. But at this time, we've only received Outbreak as the new mode. which doesn't really have new maps because it just uses the Fireteam Dirty Bomb maps. So realistically, Outbreak at its core is not a new experience. It's a mix between Spec Ops and Zombies. And yes, it's a great experience and it's a lot of fun, but it takes away from the core Zombies experience and what players really want to see from Cold War. And I'm not taking it away from Outbreak at all. Outbreak is fun and there's lots to do and it's very intriguing. And if you want to play for 30 minutes with some friends and don't really want to play D Machina or Firebase Z, this is a great game mode to play. And of course, if you're on PlayStation, you have Onslaught, which is a watered down version of Outbreak. So you might as well just play Outbreak in the first place. But we haven't seen that DLC 2 map yet. And if I'm being honest, I don't have high hopes for DLC 2. I feel like it's going to be another generic military facility map with a boring, slow Easter egg and a high round strat here or there. And then once you're done the high round strats, you're not really left with anything super interesting. And then story-wise, we also haven't gotten anything cool as well. So there's not a lot of passion that seems like is being put into the game, especially compared to what we saw in Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 3. Sure, Black Ops 4 didn't have the best core experience ever, but you could tell that the passion was still there for the zombies, and they really tried for what they had with all the studio issues they were having at the time. We had 4 maps on launch, and we got 4 DLC maps, so we got 8 maps total throughout the span of that year. And we had lots of experiences added into the game. Sure, they weren't polished, but at least they were there. Now, in Cold War, it's kind of the opposite. We have a good core gameplay experience and some really cool game modes that have been polished and introduced later into the life cycle, but we have way less maps and less core experiences than Black Ops 4, so it's almost a trade-off. If we had the Black Ops 4 maps with the Cold War base gameplay, you would have a really good Zombies experience. And it's been a while since we've had that well mended together Zombies experience. It's been all the way since Black Ops 3, where we've had the best of everything all put into one game. Ever since Black Ops 3, it seems like we only get a specific good portion of Zombies. So Black Ops 4's good part was lots of content. The bad part was the base gameplay. The good thing with Cold War is the base gameplay. The bad thing is lack of content. And you can say that with World War II Zombies and Infinite Warfare Zombies as well. So it seems like Zombies will never be what it once was, because not only can they not give us a good story anymore, or even give us an intriguing story, we don't have a solid game overall. There's always something that is missing, which sucks because I don't want to seem like I'm hating on the game. I just want to point out what's wrong with the game and what they can do to improve for the future. And that simply is have a good Zombies experience with a good story, good base mechanics, and then the community will follow. The issues that I talked about at the community with the beginning of the game, if we had an extremely entertaining Zombies experience, we would see a lot of YouTubers start making Zombies content again. We would see JC Backfire and Mr. Hulexify start making videos again on Zombies, and a brand new, extremely well-received Zombies experience would also bring some new faces to the community for people to enjoy. Look at what happened to JC Backfire in Black Ops 3. There was a pretty well-established Zombies community, Mr. Hulexify, Mr. Raffle Waffles, Noah J456, and then all of a sudden here comes these new faces like Chopper and JC Backfire, who grew immensely during Black Ops 3, and that could happen very well the exact same way in a new Zombies experience that is as well received as Black Ops 3. We could see a brand new Z house with faces that we don't even know yet, and this new Z house, I'm just calling it the Z house because it probably realistically will be a different name, but we could see a Z house with brand new faces, and it could be better than the original between the Boogie Boys and the old Z house. I think that Zombies still can be revived, no pun intended with quick revive, but I think there can be improvements made to the community and the game, and hopefully Zombies will come full circle and people will start to enjoy it once again. The only unfortunate thing is Zombies now has competition with Warzone, and now that the community has played a lot of different games and doesn't just rely on Zombies anymore, Zombies now has competition with everything, and even some of the other development studios for Call of Duty could make Zombies experiences in the future, which could bring back franchise fatigue and all of that stuff. But for now, it's all up in the air. But on the path that Zombies is going right now, it does not look good and it does not look promising for the future. Realistically, Zombies just looks like the standard co-op mode that will come with Call of Duty for the next couple of years that won't really get a second look from the main core community of Call of Duty. Unlike what it happened in Black Ops 3, where you had thousands and millions of players try out Zombies because of how popular it was at the time. Anyway, even with all this criticism, I hope that Zombies can rebound and we will find a brand new way to enjoy Zombies consistently as a community. Anyway, leave a like if you guys did enjoy, dislike if you didn't. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys agree or disagree with and what you guys would change in the Zombies community to improve it overall. Anyway, check some social media links in the description down below, subscribe for more videos in the future, and if there is one, I will see you in the next one. Peace.